Good evening. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. Here we bring you the latest developments from India's unexplored Northeast region. Today, we'll take our listeners all the way to Zagami village, blessed with fertile lands and mesmerizing landscapes, and particularly known for its rich produce of cabbage and potatoes. We'll also take our listeners to Mizoram, where on the occasion of the International Museum Day, the State Museum was open for all, particularly the students. On the occasion of the World Environment Day on the 5th of June, Sikkim Chief Minister P.S. Tamang declared Blue Duke as the state butterfly. A report.
The Blue Duke was selected as Sikkim state butterfly, securing 57% vote in an online poll conducted by the Forest Department from over the 700 butterfly species found in the state. Butterfly expert Nosang Limbu, who is also known as the Butterfly Man of Sikkim, says that the declaration highlights the commitment to protect the region's biodiversity, adding that the butterfly's white and blue colors are a representation of Sikkim.
और 2009 के बाद मैं सिक्किम के तितलियों का अनुसंधान डॉक्यूमेंटेशन कर रहा हूं और मैं आप सभी लोगों को बधाई देना चाहता हूं क्योंकि इस साल सिक्किम को ब्लू ड्यूक बसरोना दुर्गा तितली जो है वो सिक्किम के स्टेट बटरफ्लाई के रूप में हम लोगों को मिला है। सिक्किम का स्टेट बटरफ्लाई मिलने का अति जरूरत था क्योंकि Sikkim already has a state bird, a state tree, animal, fish and flower. Therefore, butterfly is one apt and attractive flagship species which will commemorate the rich diversity of insects in Sikkim as well. Butterflies are also symbolic for the beautiful Himalayan image of Sikkim. From the state's rich natural heritage to its modern transformation of its natural history through scientific research, technology and education, butterflies unite all of humanity with their beauty and color, and they bring smile, joy to people of all ages alike. And they inspire us in various ways, culturally, spiritually, especially the metamorphosis of a caterpillar and its transformation into a beautiful butterfly. Butterflies are an important biological indicators and reflectors of the health of our environment and function of ambassadors of natural conservation. Therefore, declaring a state butterfly will maintain our strong. Therefore, the declaration of a state butterfly has maintained our strong commitment towards India's rich biodiversity and along the eastern Himalayas, and ultimately adding up to the national reputation. So, why Blue Duke? क्योंकि Blue Duke ऐसे तितली हैं जो its original specimen was collected from Sikkim in way back in 18, and it is endemic to Sikkim. The genus is not declared by any other state country. It is not reported as a pest. The sighting is confirmed in particular regions in Sikkim. The blue and white color shades is unique, separated from other species. The white band, which was white, which represents that symbolizes the Kanchenjunga ranges, which is our guardian deity, and it is not proposed for any state or national butterfly in any other country or state.
The Blue Duke is generally found at an altitude below 1500 meters in the Himalayas. In Sikkim, it is commonly seen in areas like Pakyong, Zongbu region, Lingi, Yangsum, and around Gantok. With Saket Sarkar, this is Tashong Bhutia for Northeast Diary from Sikkim.
This year, the International Museum Day was observed in all states of the country along with the country's celebration of the 75 years of the independence, that is, the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. In Mizoram, on the occasion of the International Museum Day, the State Museum was open for all, particularly to students. Here is a report from our correspondent from Aizawl.
Museums play a very important role in the society to know about the past and to conserve the historical resources for the present and future generations. In Mizoram, the State Museum situated in Aizawl may testify this statement. It is in fact an ethnographic museum which has housed multiple collections consisting of 6 galleries and an archaeological gallery. Recently, on the occasion of the International Museum Day, the State Museum brought a scope for special exposure to the history and past culture of the state. On this occasion, the Art and Culture Department of Mizoram has made a month-long special arrangement for visitors. Talking with AIR News, the Deputy Director of Art and Culture Department, Mrs. Carol Donkimi, said,
Since 1977, each year International Council of Museums have been organizing International Museum Day, which represents a unique moment for the international museum community. This year, Ministry of Culture, Government of India has informed all the states to organize a week-long celebration for International Museum Day. A week-long celebration of International Museum Day begins with free entry to museum across the country. It is a center of public education with the need to connect with the past being an important part of a country's progress. The Ministry of Culture and we, the Mizoram State Museum, is celebrating the 75th anniversary of India's freedom, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, on the occasion of International Museum Day.
On this occasion, necessary arrangements for visiting the museum were also made so that people can spend more time in the museum and peep into the past and study the valuable historical components. The students and young people were specially invited to visit the museum. From elementary school kids to college students visiting the museum, everyone was very excited and interested to see the items displayed.
I attended the program. Visiting our Mizoram State Museum, I had a wonderful and fun time getting to know more about my Mizo culture and traditions along with the artifacts collected over the years.
Officials said Mizoram State Museum is full of history, a center for education and learning. The visitors can look back to the bygone years through literature, artifacts, coins and other historical components. There are exclusive galleries for different sections like history, anthropology, zoology, ethnological, portraits and textile. Around 4,000 valuable museum objects are there, and out of this, over 700 are on display by rotations. For Northeast Diary with Subhashis Chanda, Irene from Aizawl.
You are listening to our program Northeast Diary, bringing you enchanting stories from the northeastern part of India. This program is broadcast every Thursday and Sunday at 5:30 p.m. on FM Gold and on our app News on AIR. We look forward to you walking this journey with us twice a week, every week.
कंपटीशन की अगर आप कर रहे हैं तैयारी, तो उनके लिए ऑल इंडिया रेडियो पर हम लाए हैं अभ्यास, एक ऐसा कार्यक्रम जिसमें आप पूछेंगे सवाल व्हाट्सएप नंबर 9289094044 पर या फिर ईमेल करेंगे abhyas.airnews@gmail.com पर और हमारे विशेषज्ञ देंगे इसका जवाब। आपका अभ्यास हमारा प्रयास।
India has a robust financial sector which is undergoing constant expansion, both in terms of strong growth of existing financial services firms and new entities entering the market. However, weak credit flow in certain regions of the country, especially in the northeast, poses an issue. One of the contributing factors is that the northeast region suffers with high repayment delinquency rates. The average non-payment rate is around 14%, higher than the national average of 12%. Given India's rapidly evolving financial landscape, greater financial inclusion is pivotal to achieving sustainable growth. A report.
In the 2022 Union Budget, the Finance Minister announced that a new scheme needs to be launched for the Northeast to promote growth of the region. In line with the announcement, Invest India, the National Investment Promotion and Facilitation Agency of the Government of India, in collaboration with the Finance Department, Meghalaya government organized a roundtable conference at Shillong recently. Officials from banking and financial services, business community, entrepreneurs shared issues relating to increasing credit flow in the region during the discussion. The conference was on how to create synergies for seamless credit flow for businesses and economic growth in the state. The objective of the conference was to bridge the credit gap in the state of Meghalaya by increasing and regularizing commercial lending operations. The discussion also deliberated on promotion of financial literacy and awareness campaigns, which will aid in reducing the repayment delinquency rate in the state. Head of Northeast Invest India, Dr. Gitima Das Krishna, said that the availability of rural bank branches is very important.
This session is basically to understand why this is a simple, like every challenge that all the entrepreneurs face, that they do not have credit accessibility is very low. So we wanted to find out why the credit flow is not happening, what are the reasons, what suggestions they can come up with. So that is the basic objective of having this workshop. Invest India actually tries to bring investment from abroad, the FDI, which is called Foreign Direct Investment, and generate employment. But from Northeast, we are also open to bringing in investment from the other parts of India. So we are open to domestic investment. So we are first highlighting the focus sector of each of the states. Some of the focus sectors of the states are always the same. Agri-horti is a big area for each of the states. Tourism is a big area. But there are some niche areas for each state. Like for Meghalaya, within tourism, they have caving that they can go for. So these are the areas they need to highlight, they need to promote, they need to market, and how they can bring in investment in those sectors. So we are working on them. It's not been easy, but we are hopeful that we'll be able to do something.
With increase in credit flow, it would lead to regularizing commercial lending operations, thereby improve the financial structure and economy of the state and country altogether. This is Rustam for Northeast Diary from AIR News, Shillong.
दुनिया रंग बिरंगी, खट्टे मीठे रसीले समाचारों का सतरंगी खजाना आकाशवाणी पर। खबरें होंगी हटकर, जानेंगे कुछ अलग, हंसेंगे खुलकर, करेंगे सजग। सुनना न भूलें सोमवार और मंगलवार 8 सवेरे तथा शनिवार और रविवार कार्यक्रम परिक्रमा में।
Blessed with fertile lands and mesmerizing landscapes, Zavami village is particularly known for its rich produce of cabbage and potatoes. While farming has been an age-old tradition that has been passed on from one generation to the other, the village has seen an extensive growth in the production of organic vegetables in the last decade. Recognizing that agriculture is the most important economic activity, the Zavami Village Council has also been promoting organic farming since 2005. With the prohibition on the use of any kind of fertilizers, everything that is grown in the village is organic. Further, being declared a vegetable village by the Nagaland Horticulture Department in the year 2010, Zavami has lived up to its name by not only cultivating vegetables which are purely organic but also producing them on a large scale. Our Kohima correspondent has filed this report.
The success story of Zavami as a vegetable village has been overwhelming for more reasons than one. Not only does the cabbage and potato cultivation provide fresh vegetables to accompany a meal, but also generates extra income for the community of farmers who otherwise do not have any other means of income. Interestingly, a good number of school dropouts have also found a new purpose in life, even as they are hired for tasks such as packaging and loading. Parents who earlier struggled to send their children to schools for lack of sufficient income can now afford to keep them in better schools and colleges. More educated youth and professionals emerging from the village are testament to this fact. There are clear signs of the farming community in the village leading more comfortable lives as they find economic stability through cultivation and cabbage and potatoes. Currently, at least 300 households in the village are said to be engaged in cabbage cultivation. As the village council chairman, Vivoto Dome says, cabbage cultivation has enabled many farmers in the village become self-sufficient.
Many households in the village have found a good source of income by cultivating cabbage and potatoes. Potatoes are harvested twice a year, first in May and then in July and August. Cabbage harvest is usually done once a year, and among those living in the village, about 300 households are engaged in cabbage cultivation. One of the benefits I've seen is parents being able to bring up their children with their income generated from vegetable farming, while some have been able to build and construct new houses. This year, unfortunately, because of the lockdown, farmers could not market any of their produce from their first harvest during May-June and suffered loss in terms of lakhs of rupees. Thankfully, with better situation in August, the village, along with a core committee set up for their welfare, we have been able to sell their produce. Cabbage cultivation has especially enabled parents to provide better education for their children who have gone on to become somebody in the society.
The farmers' community of Zavame village has skillfully mastered the art, which involves several processes. Many people would also testify as to how well they enjoy the healthy and organic vegetables that comes from this village and the neighboring areas. While the village is a sheer example of a community of people whose very way of life is defined by agriculture, the cultivation of this organic vegetable is also a sight to see, especially during the harvesting period. Located about 80 kilometers away from the state capital, Zavame village is richly blessed with natural resources, scenic landscape, and also has a great potential for tourism in many aspects. Among many places of interest, the village is home to Mudgal Peak, which is one of the top 5 highest mountain in Nagaland, standing at an altitude of 2,620 meters above sea level. The peak gives you a stupendous view of the entire Saramati range in the east, Jaffur Peak in the south, apart from Kohima and several other villages of Nagaland and Manipur. This is Asonyo for Northeast Diary for AIR News, Kohima.
The students of Center for Studies in Journalism and Mass Communication, Dibrugarh University, ran a grassroots engagement initiative via cinema screening at the Sialkoti Tea Estate in Dibrugarh district as part of their ongoing 45-day campaign titled Hopes Up, Drugs Down, that began on the 15th of May up until the 29th of June to accelerate the message of the importance of seeking help against drug abuse and lifetime benefits that rehabilitation provides. This is the second phase after a 1-month-long starter campaign in February this year.
The students of Center of Studies in Journalism and Mass Communication, Dibrugarh University, ran a grassroots engagement initiative via cinema screening at a Salkoti Tea Estate in Dibrugarh district as a part of their ongoing 45-day campaign titled Hopes Up, Drugs Down on 15th May to 29th June to accelerate the message of the importance of seeking help against drug abuse and lifetime benefits that rehabilitation provides. The event was graced by the presence of Chief Guest Sharmila Goswami, President of Pratyavartan Rehabilitation Center Dibrugarh, whose presence boosted the confidence of the community members in audience. She expressed her gratitude to the students of university for taking this initiative to open conversation around drugs and substance abuse awareness. She emphasized the powerful influence that parents hold to avoid risk for any kind of drug or substance abuse. Monalisa Mishra Tati, a garden hospital worker, participated in the session and said they watch cinema for 2 main reasons: entertainment and knowledge. Their takeaway from the event was that it was important to recognize the supportive figures in one's life and that parents can support their children tackle these challenges head-on. As a part of their assignment, the students of the Center of Studies of Journalism and Mass Communication, Dibrugarh University, specializing in public relations, have been using this subject as a study of communication to bring difficult conversation around social causes to the table within Dibrugarh district. The month-long campaign strives to offer an open space for respectful conversations around drug abuse and address the reasons behind the taboos around seeking rehabilitation and aim to occupy a significant place in public consciousness for the future. For Northeast Diary, this is Pranab Kumar Nath from Dibrugarh.
Northeast Diary program, broadcast every Thursday and Sunday at 5:30 p.m., brings very interesting and enchanting stories from the 8 Indian states of Northeast India. Don't forget to tune in.
Friends, the Bandhan Vikas Yojana implemented by the Government of India since 2018 aims to improve the tribal income through the value addition of tribal products. Manipur is regarded as a model state for the scheme in the whole country. Manipur bagged 5 national awards during the first Van Dhan Annual Award held last year. In today's Personality of the Week, we bring you a conversation with Srimati Thengcha Gangte, a leader of Van Dhan Vikas Kendra. She's been conferred as the Best Leader among VDVK Leaders Award, and TriFed of the Government of India has given recognition for her dedication on promotion of the scheme in Manipur. The interviewer is our Imphal correspondent, JJ Thokcham.
Friends, the Government of India implement various schemes for the welfare of common people. Among the scheme is Van Dhan Vikas Yojana, launched in 2018, which aim to improve the tribal income through the value addition of tribal products. It may be mentioned that Manipur state is regarded as model state for Van Dhan Vikas Yojana in the whole country. Manipur was conferred 5 national awards during the first Van Dhan Annual Award, which was held in the month of August last year. There are more than 3,300 self-help groups under the scheme in Manipur. Among these self-help groups is Kapai Van Dhan Vikas Kendra, based at Khoksabung area of Churachandpur district, Manipur. The village is well known for its pineapple products. Manipur is 4th largest producer of pineapple, and Kapai Van Dhan Vikas Kendra has been engaging in food processing activity on pineapple and well-known Van Dhan Vikas Kendra in Manipur. In today's Notice Diary, our guest is Srimati Thengcha Gangte. She is Secretary of Kapai Van Dhan Vikas Kendra and Kapai Farmer Producer Company. Welcome to our show, Madam.
Welcome, sir.
Madam, my first question is, for what purpose the Kapai Van Dhan Vikas Kendra was formed at Khoksabung area, and how many members are there in the group?
Kapai Van Dhan Vikas Kendra is formed to generate income for each and every members of the Kapai Van Dhan Vikas Kendra, and to make each and every member an entrepreneur. And the total number of members under this Kapai Van Dhan Vikas Kendra is more than 300.
Okay, madam, you have said that there are more than 300 members in Kapai Van Dhan Vikas Kendra. How do you choose your member for the Van Dhan Vikas Kendra Center?
Actually, the Kapai Van Dhan Vikas Kendra, before this VDVK exists, we are already in a federation. There are 27 self-help groups in the area, and we are in one federation. The existing federation is again converted into that Kapai Van Dhan Vikas Kendra's member.
Do you think that Van Dhan Vikas Yojana is a beneficial scheme of the Government of India? Can you elaborate the benefits your members are getting under the schemes?
Yes, definitely we get this. Van Dhan Vikas Kendra is under Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Government of India.
Okay.
And we got it through Forest Department. And actually, for each and every personal benefit, we do not get personal benefits here, but for that Kendra, some amount from the government, like to build, to construct CFC, Common Facility Centers, and we get funding from the government itself to build Hat Bazaar. Through the government, we got some machineries like pulper, electric dryer, and deseeder, and gravity filling machine, and some equipment.
So we have heard that you produce lots of products at your Van Dhan Vikas Yojana. So what are the products that produce at your Van Dhan Vikas Yojana Kendra, and from where you get the raw materials?
Actually, we get it from the area itself. Kapai Van Dhan Vikas Kendra, it consists of 9 villages, right?
Okay.
So all these 9 villages, 70 to 80% of the farmers are pineapple farmers. So we can get the raw materials pineapple from the area itself easily. And we mainly focus on this pineapple product, process those organic pineapple into pineapple squash, pineapple juice, pineapple jam, pineapple candy, extra.
You have said that you produce numbers of pineapples-based products in your Bandhan Vikas Yojana. So what the marketing facility you are getting under the scheme?
Regarding this marketing agency, we tied up with some marketing agencies like other NGOs, and the forest department itself, they took great part for this marketing now. Kanjentong in Imphal, we have one outlet, Kapai VDVK outlet, and there also we supply our products to that outlet. And not only that, in Prasanpur also we have one VDVK outlet. There, the forest department, the main role for this marketing.
You have said that you got your raw material from 9 villages of Khokshabung area, right?
Yeah.
So how many pineapple farmers are there in your area, and can you tell us the productivity of the pineapple?
Okay, 70 to 80% of the farmers in the area are pineapple farmers now. So I could not count the number of farmers in our area. There are lots of pineapple farmers, and the quantity, the productivity of this pineapple is also very great. Like for me, 6 acres of pineapple farm. So in a year, I could earn 4 lakhs to 5 lakhs.
Madam, so what step is being taken to enlarge or expand your Bandhan Vikas Kendra Center in future?
In future, I would like to request the forest department and the government itself to take keen interest to our VDVK so that we could upgrade our machineries and we could process large amount of numbers of pineapple. And we could take all the raw materials produced in our area. So through our VDVK, we could process all the raw materials into maybe in squash, maybe in jam, juice, extra, So this is the only one we would like to request to the government so that we could have the opportunity, the facility to export not only inside the country and international level.
Okay, madam, my last question would be, do you want to give any message to the people of Manipur regarding the Bandhan Vikas Yojana scheme?
Regarding this VDVK, I thought that it is really related to women empowerment because it gives us lots of profit for each and every one of the members of the VDVK, right? It means that, as I have mentioned, in order to make a women entrepreneur, it gives us a lot of benefits. We are giving training how to make pineapple pearls and all. Regarding this product, we can also make many more items like pickles, king chili pickles, palkia pickles, many more items. No, so to the farmers and to the women of Manipur, I would like to encourage them not to be sit idly and to focus on our own activities.
Okay, thank you, Srimati Thingcha Gangte, for joining our show. So, listener, you have listened a conversation with Srimati Thingcha Gangte, Secretary Kapai Bandhan Vikas Kendra, based at Khokshabung area of Churachandpur district, Manipur. She has elaborately informed us the working style of Bandhan Vikas Kendra in Khokshabung area and its achievement.
And now let us listen to this melodious number from Arunachal Pradesh.
Jar jar lamku mami bulum gresila yamne ardaru naku
With that, we have come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Do join us next week to hear more stories from this enchanting part of India. This program was presented by Manoj Singh Rana, scripted and produced by Sharmila Goswami and assisted by Kamlesh Mudgal. It was brought to you by the News Services Division of All India Radio.